Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Come on in. Welcome to this week's edition of Let's Talk. Come on in this Sunday. It's Sunday, March the 2nd, 2025. We have a lot to talk about tonight. A very informative show, I hope, with lots of information that should be very beneficial to each and every one of us. So come on in, guys. Come on in and join us. Hello, Miss Zan Davis. How are you doing? Welcome to Let's Talk. Thank you so much for joining us. Hey, my brother, Mr. Jackson, how are you doing this
I'm
evening?
doing very
Welcome to
well.
Let's
Hey,
Talk.
hey,
Do
look,
you
you got a
you
black
don't see
screen.
me?
No, I do not.
Excuse me. I'm sorry, I dropped my other phone. Oh,
I mean, it's a black screen.
yeah, it's a black screen for me too. But let's see. Oh, oh, Jesus. I don't
Hey,
know why. And we're gonna be acting like this. Um,
okay, it's all right.
but I'm sure everybody can see you. I'm gonna log on and see if I can see you. This is it. It did us the same way last week. So yeah, I can see you, and so we're good. Uh, okay. So, hello, Link Lewis. How are you doing? Thank you for joining. Hello, Miss Darlene Todd. How are you doing? Thank you, ladies, for joining us. Link, how is my sister Rena? She looked so fabulous when I saw her at Elaine's services. I didn't get an opportunity to hug her, but send her love and happy birthday wishes. Yesterday was her birthday, Mr. Jackson. Did you know yesterday was Arena's birthday?
Yes, I
Yes.
did. And,
Oh, okay.
and guess what? I was
What?
so busy ripping and running and doing everything under the sun, I did not call her, and that's inappropriate. I've got to make
No,
it up to Rena Karen.
yes, you did. You did. I did not call either, but I did send her birthday wishes via
I
Facebook.
did too. I did too.
Okay, okay. Well, you did that, so I won't give you a hard time.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that because I'm as tired, okay? I'm as tired. And I
Ooh,
know you
Mr.
are.
Jackson, you know what tired is, but ripping and running, and it just seems like, okay, we're gonna get through all of this in a minute. I still have to funeralize one cousin, so that'll be Friday. And praise the Lord. We are praying that we don't have to do any more funeralizing of
Yeah,
anybody I know anytime soon. This has been dreadful.
tumultuous. It's been tumultuous.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You look cute.
Yes, sir.
You're with your Alabama regalia on and
Yeah, I was
makeup
gonna
and
tell y'all I'm looking real toe down
man,
today, but that's all
you
right
know,
because I
you
had to
know,
usher, and so I had on my white, and so I took that off because I had on my usher's uniform today, and so I said, well, I'm just gonna throw on this sweatshirt today. They're gonna have to excuse me.
well, that's exactly what I did. I went with this. Hmm, I don't care nothing
Mm-hmm.
about it. I mean, they don't need to be looking at us. They need to be worried about the information that we're giving out tonight. Oh my God.
Yes, Miss Bridget Oliver, how are you doing? How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Anyway, what time is it? Okay, it's 6:59. Mr. Troy Booth, if you're out there, let me know. Holler at me so I can go and look for you because we are just so anxious to get the information that you have for us. So we know it's going to be have a lot of information, very enlightening, and we are so looking forward to receiving that information. So how was your worship today, Mr. Jackson? You told me that your pastor preached, and I have to go and look up that sermon. They not
Ooh,
like us.
he did. They not like us. Okay. Um, it was phenomenal, and he took us to Romans 5, I think 12, 1 through 5, and he took us down through there. Okay.
Okay.
And you cannot be of the word, you cannot conform to the word. Oh my God,
Okay.
he went on down through there without calling any names. We all knew what was happening, okay?
Okay.
Okay. But
Okay.
it
Thanks.
was a really good. I always enjoy the worship experience when I go there. Um,
Okay. Okay.
and what was so amazing is I saw another person who's a member from Opelika.
Oh,
And she
and
was
they're a member of
ushering.
your church.
Well, she's a member of Thompson Chapel,
Oh, okay.
but she lives here. And I
Okay.
found out that she lives about 5 minutes away from me. So we're going to
Okay.
start carpooling to church, okay?
Okay. Well,
And,
that's good.
but it's Sarita Watkins, Sarita Parker. She's a Thomas. She's Marilyn Thomas' sister, her oldest sister.
Oh,
So
okay.
she's a usher. She's on the ushers ministry. And as I was walking on the concourse, and when I went into the vestibule, she said, "Jerry Lynn." I said, "Uh-oh, somebody knows me from way back yonder." Because when they say
When they
Jerry
say
Lynn,
Jerry Lynn, they know you
yeah,
know you.
they know me from when I was a little cussing bald headed boy.
Uh,
And I said, "Sarita." She said, "Yes," and we hugged. I took a picture and I posted her on my platform. So,
okay.
hey,
All right
Rachel
then. Well,
Robinson,
we go.
welcome aboard. Welcome. Good evening, Jeanette Smith. Welcome aboard. And all of you, as I shared earlier, please like and share the video with your friends because we've got some great information. All right, Tasha Fuller, good to see you. Um, hey, Takapan, good evening. Welcome aboard. Oh, y'all coming on up in here. We are ready. Now, excited. Has Troy requested to join yet?
I have not seen him, but we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get started with our formalities, and then hopefully Mr. Booth will join us shortly. Okay?
Okay.
Because it is 7 o'clock. So, good evening, everyone. Welcome to this week's edition of Let's Talk. I am your host, Juju, and I'm joining you guys live from my living room tonight. Let's Talk is produced by my dear brother and great friend, Mr. Jerry Lynn Jackson. Mr. Jackson is one who always have my back. I love him so much. This is just a reminder that this isn't intended to be a news show. However, we will do our best to steer clear of gossip and things that are knowingly untrue. We hope that you find this to be a safe place where you feel free, feel open to sharing your opinions, comfortable sharing your opinions, and asking any questions that you might have. Tonight, we're going to begin a three-part, I think what will be a three-part series, the 2025 Guide to Financial Success. Isn't that what we all want? Some financial success. We're going to talk about budgeting, planning, retirement, investment, and home ownership. And I don't know about you guys, but I need a little education on all of that: budgeting, planning, retirement, investments, and home ownership. And so we're blessed. Our special guest is going to be longtime financial expert, Mr. Troy Booth. And so we are just waiting for Mr. Booth to join us. Mr. Booth, if you're out there, comment, let us know that you're out there. You should pop up on my feed to let me know that you're out there so I can invite you in. But if you're out there and I missed you somehow, please just comment that you're here. I'm going to look and see. Oh, my.
I thought I saw him send a heart, but I don't see him on the live on my end.
I don't see him either on my end as in the audience. So if you're out there, Mr. Booth, just let us know. Hey, Duchess. He said he's trying to join. Okay, so just go on to Facebook and click on the live. Make sure you're on your phone, and make sure you don't have any other, what am I trying? Give me the word.
Electronic devices.
Electronic
Electronic devices.
devices. Don't have any other electronic devices on the Facebook page on the live until after you have joined in with us. Once you have joined, we have been able to join you in, then you can turn on your other devices. But for some reason, you have to be on the phone to join the Facebook Live. And if you're on other devices, it will also hinder your ability to join. So if you have the live pulled up on other devices, just close that out and then just go on and join the live via your cell phone, and then we should be able to get you in. And then once you are in, you can join in with your other devices. So guys, while we're waiting on Mr. Booth, please like and share this video. Like and share this video. I think it will be tonight's show will be very informative. It'll be something that all of us can get something out of. When you're talking about learning how to budget, learning how to plan financially, learning about retirement. I'm of the age, and guys, just in case y'all didn't know, Wednesday is my birthday, and I'll be 50 something. I don't know. But anyway, still fabulous. So I'm getting close to that retirement age. So making sure that I have all those ducks in a row so I can retire and take a trip every now and then. And that's all I need to do. And then investments and home ownership. So it's something for everybody. Were you saying something, Mr. Jackson?
Um, well, I was just going to say that Mr. Booth has been so instrumental in entertaining and answering many of my questions, especially um, now that I'm considering so many different options, and he has
Mm-hmm.
really been extremely helpful and has given so many resources. And I'm so excited about where his business has grown and what he's doing to help people of color. And
Mm-hmm.
this is so important that we have someone that is wanting the best for our community, and he has the resources. I cannot wait for him to join and come in and tell us all about the wonderful opportunities that he has available for our audience. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
will be able to take advantage of something
Get
that he
something out
offers.
of this.
Yeah.
And I have talked to Troy numerous times, and I always enjoy our in-depth conversations because he's always, like you said, looking for different ways to um, engage the community and give us more knowledge, realizing that knowledge is indeed power. Hello, Jasmine. Hello, Mr. Chris Wright. Thank you guys for joining us. And Mr. Jackson, you want to reach out to Mr. Booth on the phone? Can you do that?
Um, it, well, I'll have to go. Yeah, I can. Can you? I don't. Um, can you uninvite me and then I join back?
Okay, I'll remove you and you just, okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give him a call and see what's happening.
All righty then, guys. So just hold the midget, hold the midget. We gonna get this information in. Y'all know how this platform can work sometime. But if you have any financial questions that you want to ask, you can go ahead and put those questions out there, and that way we'll have those questions out there ready for Mr. Booth. If he doesn't cover those things, then we'll be able to ask him. But we are talking about tonight. We're going to be talking about a 2025 guide, a guide to financial success, a guide to financial success. We'll be talking about budgeting, planning, retirement, investment, and home ownership. And hopefully, we'll be looking at ways to help us to um, earn generational wealth, because that's what we as a community lack, that generational wealth, so that our kids don't have to start at the bottom and work so long to build themselves up. We can start them off with a bit of a cushion, and then that way they'll okay, Troy, you're trying to get in. Wait a minute, somebody is out there. That's Mr. Jackson. Okay. All right, Mr. Jackson. Now it wouldn't let me add you that time. Good gracious. Um well, if you had pulled up something else, you got to close all of that out. Make sure everything is closed out, everything closed out except for that little one device, that your cell phone that you're trying to get in on. And then let us see what we can do. Mr. Booth, I see you requested to come in, but it would not let me add you. Um, y'all send me some more requests. All right, Devil. You know that Mr. Booth got some good information for us, and so you trying to block it, but not tonight. The devil is a lie. Get behind me, Satan. All right, we gonna go on in Jesus' name tonight. All right. There, there you go, Mr.
All
Booth.
right.
I don't see you, but I hear you, and I'm sure the other people can see you. I don't know why. It has a
Okay.
black screen, and I'm sure it's the same with you have a black screen, but
I can see
uh,
you fine.
you can see me.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well then, that's all that matters. You see me,
Right.
I hear you,
Yeah.
and I'm sure they see you. Yeah, because I see you on my other cell phone now, so
Okay.
everybody else sees you. So welcome, Mr.
Thank you for having
Trouble.
me.
Oh,
Thank you.
it is such a pleasure, such a pleasure. And of course, I have known Troy Booth all my life. We grew up playing out here in the field together.
Absolutely.
And so but I think probably most people in the Opelika area know you because you have been in business for such a long time. But tell us just a little about yourself.
Yes, absolutely. Owner of B&B and Associates, B&B Investment, and B&B Tax Service. We've been in the business for 30 years. We've been serving the surrounding communities, which includes, the state of Alabama and Georgia, all this time. So we
Okay.
are very important in here, and it's so important that we reach out and help people. So the surrounding community, is my heart. So we're here to do the work and do the business, to educate people and give people an opportunity to improve their lives. So that's what it's all about. So you know how I am. I'm very down to earth and just ready to get it done. Okay, I can see Jerry now.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So the gang's out here.
All
Uh,
right.
All righty. And so I'm gonna just let you 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 said that you have a guide for financial success. And all right, so you
Absolutely. I
have
can
a
take it. I can definitely take it for you and simplify this so that the
okay,
viewers will get the information if that's what you want. We can definitely go ahead. You know, we ready. We prepared.
okay. All right then. Well, you go ahead and take it, Mr. Booth. And guys, remember as usual, if you have questions for Mr. Booth, just type them in the comments. Mr. Jackson will keep up with that, and we will give you a chance. We'll give you a chance to ask your questions. All right, go ahead,
Absolutely.
Mr. Booth.
I just want to set the tone. You know, consciously, we want to have a level of awareness to change our mindset. This subject matter that we're going to talk about requires a change of mind. And that's what we want to do for our people. We want to educate in a way that is going to inspire them to be self-empowered. So, you know, 2025, I was really thinking about this as I was putting it together. You know, financial literacy is more important than ever in 2025 due to several key reasons. Number one, economic uncertainty and inflation. Number two, rise of digital finance and cryptocurrency. Number three, higher cost of living and debt management. Number four, job market shift and gig economy growth. Number five, artificial intelligence and automation in finance. Six, retirement planning and wealth building. Seven, scam and fraud protection. Eight, entrepreneurship and business growth. And in particular tonight, home ownership. Besides sending your children to school, purchase that home is going to be your generational landscape, how you build generational wealth. So we want to simplify this process so that each individual can actually change their mindset to be self-empowered, to be courageous, to be strong when pursuing home ownership for themselves and their family. Matter of fact, it's the cornerstone of our community. Home ownership creates family opportunities to come together, friends, colleagues. This is where we actually do everything at. So why not prepare ourselves? It's all about preparation. So that's what we want to do tonight is we want to prepare the mind, get you ready to take the necessary steps to step into your generational wealth.
Okay. Okay. All right then. Well, we're ready for you to take us on this journey. Um,
Okay.
okay, and I did have one little question because you mentioned something that I am so curious about.
Okay.
The cryptocurrency. Is that a legitimate thing? What?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You know,
Okay.
when it comes to currencies, and I'll just kind of touch a little bit on that because a lot of people really don't know. We're afraid it's something new, it's something fresh.
Mm,
But I will say this to my people is that we want to prepare ourselves, which means back to the consciousness, which is awareness. We want to be aware. We don't want to sit on the sidelines. We want to come out and we want to take advantage of all the information that's available. This computer and this cell phone that we have is very, very powerful. You can ask it direct questions, and guess what? It does not discriminate. It gives you the information that you actually need to seek. You know, that is very important. Once we start to seek, then we have the light bulb that comes on, and now we want to gain the wisdom. Once we gain the wisdom, we become knowledgeable of that wisdom so we can make proper application. So cryptocurrency is just another way to exchange something valuable for goods and services like real estate. I have used cryptocurrency
Oh,
to
okay.
purchase real estate and to put deposits down and to secure other things as well. So of course, yes, it is legitimate, but it does have holes just like everything else. You got your pros and cons. So you must educate yourself first. And that's what we're doing. We fundamentally setting the stage tonight so we can actually get started and then we can actually travel together because I'm a student just as much as a teacher. Every day we have got to have the spirit to continue to learn, and if we do that, then we can be very successful at whatever it is we want to do.
Okay. Okay.
So let's go a little bit about budget, if that's okay.
That's fine.
Okay. Well, a couple of things to set the mindset again. What do I need to do? How do I need to prepare my financial landscape, right? So there's a 50-30-20 rule, okay? A simple guide to financial planning. One of the most effective budgeting strategies in financial planning is the 50-30-20 rule, which helps individuals manage their income efficiently while building long-term wealth. The rule divide income into three main categories, okay? So the first one is 50%, the needs. These are essential expenses required for survival and financial stability, okay? Number two is 30% for wants. This portion covers non-essential spending that enhances quality of life. And three, 20% for saving and debt repayment. This category focuses on wealth building and financial security. So when we look at the income that we earn, we have got to say, okay, well, what do I do? What do I do with my income? So I start to separate my income and then I start to look at my budget. The 50-30-20 rule gives you a guide. Okay, this is what I need to do. 50% here, 30% there, 20% over here. So
Okay.
now what we want to start to do is to look at good debt versus bad debt. Why is this is very important when it comes to housing? DTI, what does DTI stand for? Debt to income ratio. If you have a ratio that is above 45%, it becomes very difficult for you to prepare yourself to purchase a home. So it doesn't matter about the credit. It doesn't matter
Oh,
about the job.
okay.
If you
Okay.
overextend it, if you overextend it, and if you don't understand the percentages, and if you don't understand the rules, okay, you can't prepare. So remember, it's all about preparation. So the 50-30-20 rule for budgeting is a very important piece to how do I gain home ownership? How do I build generational wealth? And it's very important. And this is something that goes from the parents down to the children. So this is something that we actually have a great responsibility, okay? And we're becoming accountable for that responsibility to create sustainability. So the 50-30-20 rule is the way we should go originally before we get into purchasing a home.
Okay, so let me ask you one thing, Mr. Booth. In that 30%, you said your wants, non-essentials.
Right.
What does that include? So, like, let me say a car. Would that be in the essentials or would that be in the
That would
non-essentials?
be in the essentials because you need the transportation to from get to and from work,
Oh,
okay, and do
okay.
things that are necessary in order for you to earn a living.
Okay.
Okay, those non-essential things would be things like dining out. Well, okay.
Okay. Okay.
Well, I may want to go to say Epic versus me just going down the street to a local dining spot that would be less expensive. It is what I want to do. Entertainment, movies, concerts, subscriptions. A lot of us have a lot of
Lot
subscriptions.
of
Okay. And when you add those subscriptions up monthly, you will find $150 to $300 easy,
Mhm.
that you're
Mhm.
spending out. And matter of fact, a lot of people have subscriptions that
They
they have
already
forgotten
use.
about. And,
Mhm.
and so you have a recurring charge that is on your card each and every month.
That you're not using. Mhm.
Absolutely. Travel's another one. Okay. Shopping. I know the women that's on the show, but clothes and gadgets and hobbies, that is what we want to manage
Okay.
better. So once you set the money aside, then you allow the formula to dictate to you what you can and cannot do.
Okay. All right.
And the 20%. Let's get into the savings and the debt of that repayment. These categories or your emergency funds. This is something that our community really doesn't talk about. So we really want to fundamentally set the stage before we actually get into the house part, is that these are the things, the habits, the new habits to self-empower yourself to move forward towards generational wealth. That emergency fund, that's 3 to 6 months you need to have of your expenses setting aside. That should be a goal. Retirement saving. This is a very important piece because a lot of people don't understand how retirement actually work on their job. The more money you put into your retirement that will max out at the Internal Revenue Service code, that is money that is deducted from your taxable income. So, as an example, if I have $6,800 in retirement set aside, and I may say $50,000, I'm able to reduce my taxable income by that $6,800, and that could generate, say, a refund at the end of the year, which is non-taxable money, and that goes along with the $6,800, and that's giving you the money that you possibly would need to actually put down on your home. So these are the things that we want to think about when it comes to housing. So once we set that stage for us, okay, now I can qualify for a house because my DTI, my debt to income ratios are in line. Now, do I have the down payment? A lot of
Mhm.
people in our community are not where they need to be financially. We
Mhm.
understand that. So
Mhm.
what we do is we prepare a plan of action that is going to assist them, right? And that is going to help them get to the place they need to go in order to purchase a home, which will be in grants, down payment assistance. And here at BNB, we offer all of that. We offer the leg that is the real estate and the mortgage services, just as well as the new construction. Why is this very important as we're talking about housing? Well, what it does, it allows us to put a custom plan together for each and every individual. I don't have the down payment. Well, we got a grant, or we have a partner like the city of Opelika. So the city of Opelika has a grant program right now, which is $6,000. And what they would do for you is allow you to pay for 50% of your down payment, and then the balance of that money will be used towards your closing costs. So that's one grant program. And the beauty of this is if you stay in the home for X number of years, you do not have to pay that money back. So that's only one resource. A second resource that's available that creates 100% financing, which we call our 105 plan. So what it does, it gives you 100% financing, okay, which means no money down, and then it gives you up to 5% to pay towards your closing costs. So in some cases, that individual who qualifies, okay, can get into the house without putting down payment down, and also they will receive funding that will pay for their closing costs. But what's very important are the foundations that we talked about, that DTI, understanding that 50-30-20 rule so you can be prepared in order to go into the position to apply for these programs. So it doesn't matter if the programs are available if you're not prepared. So we want to prepare our people so that they can take advantage of the programs.
Okay, and so you're talking about these various grants that are available. Have they been impacted? I know under the current administration, a lot of grants and things have been suspended and put on hold or done away with. So have these housing grants, have they been impacted?
Of course, when you're talking about the federal government, their budgets are based on their rules. The plans that
Okay.
I'm actually talking about has absolutely nothing to do with the federal government.
Okay.
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 So,
Okay.
this is what we're doing is that we're giving our people the power. Where do you go? Where do you go? It's typical and it's very easy and it's very common for everyone to say, well, my subsidies or my help is going to come from the federal government or it's going to come from the state level government. How about your local government? The city of Opelika. That was Opelika that I was referring to. Okay,
Okay.
so the
Okay.
Opelika has money set aside to help first-time home buyers. The
Oh, okay.
105, that 105 program that I mentioned, that is
Uh-huh.
something that we offer here in-house.
Oh,
Here
okay.
in
Okay.
house. Okay, so what we do through partnerships with our lenders, we have come up with several opportunities to bring forward programs that would assist our communities. So that's why it's so important. It's very
Okay.
important, fundamentally speaking, that everybody has to understand I have to pay my dues in order to qualify for these particular programs. We said grants originally, but there are programs available for first-time home buyers that will assist with down payment and with closing costs. But
Okay.
we want our people to be prepared for these programs.
Okay. Well, that's awesome. Okay. So the city of Opelika, as well as your
In
in-house assistance is available.
right.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
awesome. That is
Now,
awesome.
and let's kind of piggyback a little bit with credit. Let's talk about credit because I know a lot of people are on that have contacted our office, and we get calls every single day. People are concerned about their credit, and let's kind of touch a little bit on credit so that everyone will kind of bring it down a notch. Credit is a muscle, right? So that means that
Mhm.
we have to exercise. If you're not exercising your muscle, your credit muscle, then it is out of shape. And that is what is actually going on in our community because people just are not aware. They're not educated on the do's and don'ts or what is actually needed for me to correct a situation. Okay, as an example, a lot of people in our community will file a dispute on their credit.
Mhm. Mhm.
Well, go ahead and write this down, everyone. You cannot buy a home with a dispute on your credit. Okay,
Oh, okay.
what does a dispute does? A dispute, it removes that item that is on your credit. So it's on your credit, but when it goes through the system, it does not count a plus or a negative towards that individual. Well, when you're purchasing a home, you have to remove all disputes on your credit so that the lender, the underwriter can actually see exactly what is that derogatory item on your credit and how does it impact your overall credit score. So
Okay.
this is one thing that a lot of us have done in the community, and it's like, oh well, I'll just do a dispute.
File a dispute.
Okay.
Okay. And so
No.
it may improve your credit score, but it could prevent you from buying a home.
Well, what it does, it doesn't improve your credit. What it does, whatever that derogatory item may be,
Mm-hmm.
it's there, but it doesn't calculate against you with a dispute. But when you go to apply for a mortgage, the underwriter is going to say, hey, you got to remove this dispute so we can see what that actually derogatory credit is going to impact your credit score. Okay.
Okay.
So most people don't know that. See, that's
Okay.
that's one thing
Had no idea.
that we need to do. Right. We need to deal with issues. As an example, you got collections and judgments and public records we just push to the side. So let's just talk about collections and judgments real quick. most vendors out there, most creditors will negotiate. So you got
Mm-hmm.
something that's been on your credit more than say 12 to 24 months, right? Well, it's already
Mm-hmm.
at its worst reporting stage. Okay. So it's probably a R9, you know, something like that. Well, you can negotiate. You got a $5,000 debt, or say someone that has a repossession. Let's use something that is kind of common in the community is that, during tax time, a lot of people purchase cars. And then X number of months pass by, then they let those cars go bad.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happens that the creditor will actually put the whole amount on their credit. So they during tax time, they get the refund. And what they do is they'll go buy a car for $10,000 as an example. And then, they get, say, August, September, they allow that car to go back because they can't afford the payment anymore. Well, that creditor puts the entire $10,000 on their credit, and they did not say, hey, well, I sold a car for $7,000.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, what my people need to know is that whatever they sold the car for comes off of that $10,000 that you owe them. Okay. Now you got a $3,000 balance. So
Okay.
now you have the power to negotiate. Listen, I got a bad debt with you, $3,000. I want to make you $1,000 offer today. Now, see, people, you don't have to go get someone who says they do credit repair.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving it to you for free. You need to be self-empowered yourself to take care of yourself and your family. You don't have to go pay anybody $1,500, $2,500 to do what I just said. I just gave it to you. So when if you have a repossession, call that old vendor, ask them, did you sell the car? Yes, I sold the car. How much did you sell the car for? I sold the car for 7,000. That leave me with a balance of $3,000. Will you take $1,000 today if I walk it in your office and give me a clean bill of health when it
Okay.
comes to this credit item?
Okay.
Yes. So now, once you get that, you send it to the credit bureau, and the
Okay.
credit bureau corrects your credit. See, these are the things that we teach all our clients, fundamentally speaking, so that they can be self-empowered and be involved. That is the gratification is that, man, I'm actually helping myself. I'm teaching my family. I have learned something. Now the generational wealth piece, see, this is something that goes in our treasure chest, and we use it when someone in the family, a colleague or a friend has a situation. We pull that out, and it costs absolutely nothing to give somebody some wisdom, and that's what
Okay.
we're trying to do.
Okay. All right. So how would I know if I had gotten my car repossessed and the car dealer sold the car to someone else for whatever, $8,000, $7,000? How how would I know that they sold the vehicle for
Right.
said amount?
Right. Everyone should once a year look at their credit report. Everyone. Okay. And you can get a free credit report to do that. Once you get your credit report, you want to look at what has been reported and what actually has been reported that is derogatory. So that repossession would show up on the credit. Okay. It
Mm-hmm.
would show a dollar amount, and it will be showing that it's derogatory. And then
Mm-hmm.
that number, see, their information, they have to list all the information on the credit report. They have to put the company name, their account number, and what they're claiming that you owe. It is each person's responsibility. We have to be accountable for the
Okay.
things that we do. So what you have to do is say, I'm going to be responsible for my business. I'm going to call this vendor. I
Okay.
know I bought a car from them. I know I turned the car in. So now
Mm-hmm.
what do I do to correct my mistake? This
Okay.
is the level of responsibility and accountability we want to learn so that we can create sustainability. We can move to the next phase of our life when it comes to building generational wealth.
Okay. Okay. All right. And so you would go to the dealer and say, did you sell this car for how much did you sell it?
Phone call. Give them a
Oh,
call. Yes, yes, and
okay.
Julia,
basically
Julia,
that's your first. Yes, go ahead.
hey, I want to, in the spirit of transparency, the first car I ever purchased, it was repossessed. And what happened is I was living above my means,
Right.
and I'll never forget my daddy telling me, boy, you don't need that car. That's a little bit too expensive. But because such and such had that car, I wanted it.
That's
So
right.
after, and nobody would ever know this, Daddy told me to bring that car, park it in the yard, and he was going to drive it back and give it to the people. Okay? So what happened is once they took the car and they called me and said, are you sure? And my daddy said, tell them yes. So they took and repossessed and they sold the vehicle. They sent me a certified letter
Hmm.
indicating how much they sold the car for
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
and that it was going to go against me on my credit.
Okay.
Well, I did exactly once I started learning how to be financially savvy. I took accountability
Mm-hmm.
and I called Mazda Credit.
Hmm.
Right.
And I said, hey, I know I had my car repossessed and I owe you such and such. Can we negotiate on a deal? And
Hmm.
Daddy said, I'll, even if I have to go borrow the money from the bank, I'll make sure we pay that so we can get it off your credit. That's what helped me understand the viability of being accountable and responsible for my credit. And I'm so thankful that happened because I was just out here wilding, just spending money, just trying to be grand and
Right.
wasn't making any money. I was overextended. I didn't know anything about debt to income
Right.
ratio. I didn't know anything about that.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I was just out there wilding, just willy dilly spending money, trying to
Right.
be grand, trying to impress
Right.
people. And my sister told me something that I'll never forget. Honey, you can have an 800 credit score and be the richest person in the world. But if you have some money and bad credit, you are poor.
That's right.
And that was like a aha moment. So in the spirit of transparency, I wanted to let you know that the creditor will notify you.
Okay.
And they'll tell you exactly because they have to be what's called truth in lending.
Mhm.
They can't
That's right.
hide anything from you.
Right.
Okay.
So when people say,
Okay.
well, I didn't know I had this, they're lying.
Okay.
Okay? Majority of
Okay.
them are. But I just
Mm-hmm.
wanted to throw that in there.
Yeah.
And Troy,
Okay.
thank you so much for this powerful information. I'm over here just about to throw my hands up and shout. I am learning so much. Thank you
That's
Yes.
so
good.
much.
Yes.
Yeah, I appreciate you all, and I would just pick back up on it's so important in our community that we understand managing debt effectively. We
Yes.
got to do that. And fundamentally speaking, I keep going back to the fundamentals and really not spending a lot of time on the other programs like USDA and FHA and VA and conventional home ready home possible. We'll get to that. What I want to hit home with my people is that you have to be responsible. No, we don't want to sit back and wait. We live in the best country in the world.
Hmm. Hmm.
And but we should not be sitting around waiting for any subsidies from the federal government.
Right. Right.
Period. I get up in the morning, I put my pants on, and I go out here to fight out here in this world for my family. That's what
Okay.
we need to understand. And when we allow ourselves to consciously have that type of
Yeah.
awareness, then automatically we're going to say, well, I I think I messed up by buying that extra suit. I think
Hmm.
I messed up buying that extra Louis Vuitton bag. Or don't no, I went to Epic when I should have just got me something from Kroger's and went home and being
Hmm.
happy and content and satisfied. So
Hmm.
these are the things that we really need to hit home on: understanding your debt. Number two, use debt repayment strategies. What you want to be able to do with that credit card, you're paying a large interest rate monthly and a finance charge. Get that now. You're paying a high interest rate plus a finance charge. See, most people don't understand that. is that you got the interest that you're paying on the credit card, and then you have the finance charge. So when you make a
Okay.
payment, your payment is not going to any principal. It is sustaining the credit card movement. It is sustaining the finance charge. So you have to be smart. You have to strategically plan and look at the statement. And the statement says, well, my interest this month was $50. My finance charge this month was $75.
Mm.
Okay, so that means I need to pay those two amounts first and
Uh-huh.
a principal
Plus.
amount on top of
Uh-huh.
it to
Okay.
reduce my balance. See, strategic strategies is what we need to do. Reduce again that credit card debt. Number four,
Mhm.
lower interest rates and negotiate terms. Okay, just because someone wants to give you a 25% interest rate when you apply for that credit card doesn't mean you have to accept that. Everything
Okay.
is negotiable. Matter of fact, I'll tell you guys something that's very powerful that just happened with one of the associations here in the United States. And that association is the National Association of Realtors got sued for $418 million. Why? Because when it came to negotiating how we get paid as realtors by the buyers,
Mhm.
okay, in that transaction with the seller was not being negotiated. It's got to be negotiated. So remember that without you, you are the important piece to everything. For a contract to be established, you have to tie it to a human being. Here in the
Yeah.
United States, we have a social security number, and that would be a discussion for a later date about how that actually works, where we give our power over to the creditor, and then the creditor gives it back to us based on terms and conditions, and we pay them. That's exactly how that works. But that's a story for another day. So we definitely want to do this and create a debt-free plan, which means no, it's not cool to walk around saying that I got a Lowe's card, I got a dealer's card, I got a
Mhm.
Belts card, I got a Macy's card. No, that's not cool. Being cool is I can buy whatever I want, but I got a zero balance.
Okay. Okay.
That's what we want to be able to do. The only debt you want to have is good debt, and that is a mortgage on your home. And why do you want to do that? We talked about generational wealth and the generational landscape, right? Well, when we talk about saving money, look at what the banks are paying, a very small interest rate right now for you to deposit your money with their institution, and they take your money and they put it with other funds, and then they loan that money out. They use that money as one of their service providing services. Okay, think about this. I purchase a house and I keep that house for 10 years. I'm making a payment and I'm paying a principal amount down. Plus, I'm earning a ROI. What does that stand for? Rate on investment. Your house that you buy is an investment. And what you need to understand, the IRS code says this. If I keep that house 3 years out of 5 years and I sold that house, I pay zero income taxes on the capital gains. Okay, so let's take that further. We're talking about generational wealth. Okay, so now I purchase a house for $100,000 and I keep that house for 10 years. Okay, now the house is worth $300,000. Plus, I
Mhm.
owe less than $50,000 in principal. So think about that. So now I only owe $50,000 on a $300,000 house, which means I have $250,000 in equity.
Mhm.
And if I draw all the money out, I will owe Uncle Sam nothing. Nothing. If I sold the
Mhm.
house, if I sold the house as an investment property, I will owe capital gains on that. But if I keep that house as my personal home 3 years out of 5 and I sold that house, I pay zero taxes. These are the things that we fundamentally want to understand when it comes to generational wealth. The family by design was put together by the man upstairs. And what we practice and what we preach here at being associates is exactly that. We follow that plan. We follow that plan. We gain God's wisdom, and then we become knowledgeable of that wisdom, right? So that we can make proper application. There's a science to all of this that we're talking about. And I encourage the people that are listening to understand that it's your responsibility. It's your responsibility to your family, to yourself, to get this so that you can tap into what's been set aside for you. And it's generational wealth.
Okay.
It's generational wealth.
Okay. All right, Mr. Booth, we have Mr. Jackson. Do we have any questions that we just want? Is there anything that jumped out at you in the comments that you wanted to put to Mr.
Well,
Booth?
everybody is sending all kinds of hearts and oh my God, wow, because this is such powerful information. And what I've been doing is transcribing all of what he's been telling us in the chat.
Okay,
So most people have not, they
okay.
have not,
Ask
they don't have any questions,
questions. They're just
but they have
absorbing the
really been
information.
absorbing the information
Okay,
and sending all kinds of hearts and just oh my God, they just cannot believe it. Because Muriel Hurd says this is fantastic information. Thank you all for coming together to do this live. I was not even aware of it prior, but I saw it while I was scrolling. So we're excited that you're here. We're going to be doing this for the next 2, maybe 3 weeks now. It may just need to be the whole month of March because this is so profound that
yeah.
I don't know. But we don't have any additional questions in the chat.
Okay. Yeah, cause I know we got to come back for part two, cause I got a lot of questions that I'm writing down here for myself that I need to ask.
Well,
Um.
may I ask this question to Mr. Booth?
Mhm.
Um, Mr. Booth, I know you have several services all built into one. Now, after we finish these series, do you have consultation sessions or can people call you to set up appointments
Yes.
so that we can be better informed? Because I know I use you up. I know you get tired of me sometimes, and I don't ever call until I get in a crisis. But are there any consultation, any meetings,
Yeah.
services that you provide?
Yeah, I'm glad you actually brought that up. I shared with you guys some information about the
Yes.
Greater Auburn Opelika Realtors Association. This is a new association that we have brought to the Greater Auburn Opelika area. That is a board from the National Association of Real Estate Brokers. It is a true nonprofit 501c3 and a 501c6. And what we're doing when it comes to housing democracy is very important that we understand being equal to equally have our rights protected when it comes to housing and the financing that is required to do housing. So yes, we're putting together a calendar that are going to be workshops, and what we're going to do, they will be free workshops,
Okay.
and so that people can actually come in. And now with technology being at the level that it is with artificial intelligence, so we have an opportunity to do a massive amount of individuals at one time. So of course, yes, but anyone can reach me on the mobile at 334-524-1660. I have an open door policy. That's what we do serving our community is, I want to help. So you can call me, you can text me, you can come by the office at 108 Columbus Parkway here in Opelika. We're right across the street from the new library. So we're here to serve this community. So it's powerful when you understand things consciously. A little boy asked his grandfather, you know, Granddad, I want some fish. and his grandfather said, okay, well, go grab that tackle box and get the baits and get that cane rod right there and come on and follow me. We're going down to the creek. And the grandson said, what you talking about, granddaddy? I thought you were going to fry me some fish. No, grandson, I'm going to teach you how to catch a fish. So whenever you're hungry for a fish, you'll know how to do it on your own. And that's what we're trying to do, is empower our people so that they'll know firsthand what is required. See, my job is easy. After I teach it, and when that individual walks through the door, they're going to say, hey, listen, I got my W-2s, I got my pay stubs, I got my bank statement, and my bank statement balance is not $1.25. It's what's required for a down payment. If I get the down payment assistance or not, I am showing that I know how to manage money. I'm showing that
Mhm.
I'm worthy. I'm showing my own value. That's what we're trying to do.
Okay. All right then. Well, I think our time problem for today is very well spent, and we just, thank you so much. You about to blow my head off, Mr. Boo,
Thank you
with
for
all
having
this
me.
information.
Thank you for
But
having
it
me.
is much needed, and we appreciate it, and we are looking forward to part two, because I think that is all of our goal. We need to figure out how to build that generational wealth, and thereby we can have more equity in this great
Absolutely.
nation of ours.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because
Absolutely.
that's what it takes. Money talks. Okay?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about building an opportunity, and we didn't get an opportunity to really talk about trust. And we'll definitely get into that. How to protect this. A lot of our families across the Black Belt have lost land because we did not understand. We did not understand exactly what the corporation, the United States of America corporation, done when it came to sharecropping and partnering with certain people when it came to the land. They
Mm-hmm.
strategically put into play an opportunity to get the land back. And we work hard for the land. So with an honest living, we earn the land, right? But there's loopholes where individuals who are not doing right, living right, snatching land from our people across the Black Belt. This is just not in Lee County. I mean, it's across the entire Black Belt and the United States. And we want to teach our people the system that have been kept away from us, which is, how do you protect your family assets? How do you continue to build generational wealth? Hey, they call it the waterfall effect. The Rockefeller family, they use this. It's called the waterfall effect in the trust. This is what you want. You want to be able to build the wealth and keep it going so that life will sustain itself and we can enjoy it. That's what it's for. It's for us to enjoy, not to be out here working and wiping sweat from our brow. It's to enjoy life. And this is what we want to do, is just really inspire and encourage our people and do it God's way. That's number one.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, Troy. I really
You're
appreciate you taking
welcome.
time out of your Sunday evening to share this very just bountiful information, useful, needed, much needed information. We really appreciate it so much. Thank you
You're welcome.
1,000 times.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
And War Eagle.
Now, I know you're not on my show talking about no war eagle.
That will get you
Well,
barred. That will get you barred out,
you,
Tony.
since you done gave on him so good, I'm just gonna let you have that
Yeah,
today.
Listen,
Okay.
you can
we
have it.
enjoyed it. Thank you. We look forward to serving the people. Call on me anytime.
Well,
Uh,
don't go go anywhere yet, Troy. Don't go anywhere
Okay.
because I've got the announcements. But we want to recognize one of your peers who's a national officer, and I don't want to get it incorrect, but it has a whole big acronym. But Zandra Davis is on the live with us.
Yeah.
Welcome, Zandra. She is doing great things in the real estate market,
Yes, she
and
is.
just want to let us know that Realtors Week is coming up April the 6th through the 12th. So
Right.
welcome aboard. Thank you so much for joining
Thank
us.
you,
We do
Jan.
appreciate you. We thank you so much for joining us. And it's okay. We're going to let you have War Eagle because you have done well in basketball. So congratulations.
I
But it's
appreciate it.
always roll tide over here. Always. We don't have to say it because we know it. But is it okay for me now to do the announcements, Julia?
Go right ahead, Mr. Jackson.
Okay, well, wonderful. First and foremost, we want to say a huge thank you to the citizens of Lee County for coming out and supporting or even attempting to support the fish fry that happened Friday, February 28th. It was so, so large. It was overwhelmingly success, and we want to thank you so much for your support, St. Luke, and all of the members, especially the pastor, Reverend Monique Summers, of course, Julia. We thank you so much. So let's get into our announcements. Next Sunday, March 9th, we will have another 2025 guide for financial success, part two. The following Sunday will be part three. And we may have to carry it on over to the next Sunday for part four because this is so much information and we all want to make sure that we are getting guidance for financial success. And each one will have a specific topic and we will be learning from the master, Troy Booth. On Wednesday, March 5th, Ash Wednesday, the official start to Lent, which encompasses 40 days of fasting, praying, and almsgiving. Also, just happens to be Juju's birthday, so please do not forget to shout her out. St. Luke will be having 40 days of prayer. Please stay tuned for call-in information. Information will be posted on R. Dean Thomas's Facebook page, as well as the St. Luke AME Church's Facebook page. Everyone is welcome to join. March is also Women's History Month, Her Story. So don't forget to celebrate the amazing women in your life. I cannot wait to make posts about the amazing women in my life. Please like, follow, and share R. Dean Thomas on Facebook so that you can be privy to the wonderful Let's Talk show and all the information that she is doing in our community.
Yes.
There will be a spring pop-up shop Saturday, March 22nd at 10 o'clock a.m. at the historical St. Luke AME Church located at 1308 Auburn Street in Opelika. Who will be there? By Juju for You, Joyce's Jewelry, MD Design, Avon Queen Stephanie Lee, Intimate Settings, and so forth. Why Not Yarnery, and Josie Beautiful VIP. And guess what? I'll be making a special appearance there as well. I will be there to support my sisters. This is one for the books, and we want all of you to really get out and support this. On June 28th, which is a Saturday, St. Luke African Methodist Episcopal Church will be hosting the annual Juneteenth celebration. Again, that is Saturday, June 28th. This year's event will be held on the campus of the historic St. Luke AME Church from 4 o'clock p.m. to 7 o'clock p.m. I love that time because we will not be burning up like we've been burning up in the past. We're currently seeking vendors, sponsors, and entertainment. Anyone interested in participating in this year's event, Please do not hesitate to contact Julia Ardeen Thomas, Joyce Duchess Thomas Vincent, or myself or I. Stay tuned for additional information. Contact Joyce Duchess Thomas Vincent, who is our wonderful independent Mary Kay consultant for all of your Mary Kay needs. And of all things, please do not forget to subscribe to the Divinely Guided Podcast YouTube channel, where you will be able to catch new episodes each Monday, approximately posting at 6 o'clock p.m. Central Time, featuring the dynamic mother-daughter duo of Duchess Thomas and Adrielle Vincent. I will be posting the link in the chat. Please subscribe to Juju's Dollhouse YouTube channel. Keep up with everything going on with My Juju for you. Also, you'll be able to catch any editions of this phenomenal talk show, Let's Talk. And I'll be posting the link so that you can catch up with previous and our current talk shows that we've done. And finally, By Juju for You is a proud sponsor of Huddle, Hold Up the Light. Those are all of our announcements. Please govern yourselves accordingly. We look forward to next Sunday's topic, Building Financial Success 2025, with Mr. Troy Booth, who is your wonderful CEO of B&B Associates and many other businesses as well. Thank you so much. Juju, is back over to you.
Okay, and guys, I want you all to not just take Mr. Booth's information and we want you to apply it, but we want you to support Mr. Booth in his business.
Yeah.
We want you to support him in whatever your needs are, your financial needs. Go out and support B&B because he is supporting our community. And as we know in this day and time, it is so important for us to support us. So you guys support Mr. Booth in his
Thank you.
business. But anyway, I want to thank you. And before I get ready to go, I have to say hello. There are three people I have to speak to, or they don't speak to me. Okay. First, I have to speak to my baby, Journey Huff. Hey, Journey, Juju loves you. Then I have to speak to my godson because he acts like Journey if I don't speak to him. Hey, Jacory, how you doing this evening? And then I have to speak to his little wife because she get offended. Hey, Starlet, how y'all doing this evening? Thank y'all for joining. All right, so I got all my hellos out of the way, and I just want to show you guys one of Juju's handcrafted these items will be at the pop-up shop, but if you want to order them now, you can do that. Not order them, purchase them, because I'm not making any more scarves and hats this season. But anyway, this one is for sale. It has the Afrocentric motif. It does have the shiplap hat with the ball on the back and the long scarf. If you're interested in that, you just let me know. And of course, go on my Facebook page and you can see all of the other beautiful handcrafted items that I have. Thank you guys so much. Once again, thank you, Troy, for joining
Thank
us.
you.
As
Yes.
always, thank you, Mr. Jackson, for joining, for your fabulous job for producing the show. I really appreciate it. I am Juju. I am that mountain moving giant slayer. I'm walking by faith, inspiring hope, and showing love all along the way. And until next time, I wish each and every one of you much love and many blessings. Good night, guys.
Bye bye.
Good night.